You are welcome to the Absa Bank Zonal Championship, coming to you from the Western and Western North regions. This is the final contest of the Absa Bank Zonal Championship, and this is where we determine who is the first champion ever of the Western and Western North zone when it comes to National Science and Maths quiz. The schools competing in this final competition are Archbishop Girls Senior High School, Tarkwa Senior High School, and then St. John's School. So in the next hour or so, we'll determine who among these three is a champion, the Absa Bank Zonal Champion. Let's get to know our contestants. Archbishop Girls Senior High School is represented by
Maxima Danzi, final year.
Emmanuela Dominion Mate, final year.
Okay, so coming from the regional qualifiers, being the only all-girls school in the final, how is the feeling and what should we expect from you?
Okay, so we feel happy and excited to be part of the final championship and expect the very best from us.
Okay, all the best. Tarkwa Senior High School is represented by
Shadrach Ansa, final year.
Isaac Iwa, final year.
Tarkwa Senior High School, how has been the experience through the regional qualifiers?
It was not easy, but with God being our helper and provider, we're able to make it through.
And then finally, we have St. John's School, represented by
Alpha Michael, final year.
Lange Isaac Edmond, final year.
St. John's, what should we expect from you in this competition?
A win.
A win, awesome. So best of luck to the competing schools. My name is Dr. Thelma Ohinie J, a lecturer at the School of Pharmacy, University of Ghana, Legon, and I'm your quiz mistress. The Absa Bank Zonal Championship is proudly sponsored by Absa Bank. This is a Primetime production. The rules for this final contest would have 4 rounds. Round 1, there will be questions in physics, chemistry, biology, and maths. Each school would have the opportunity to answer a main question for 3 points. If there are no calculations, you'd have 10 seconds. If there are calculations, you'd have 30 seconds. If your answer is incorrect, you give up that question to the other 2 schools to compete for it. The first school that rings their bell after I've ruled on the question, after I've said that the answer is wrong, they have the opportunity to answer for a bonus mark. And that bonus mark is 1. In this round, I'll start with Archbishop Girls. A preamble to all the schools. Classify the following types of fruits as simple, aggregate, or multiple fruits. Classify the following fruits as either simple, aggregate, or multiple. Archbishop Porter, apple.
Simple.
That's correct. Tarkwa, pear.
Simple fruit.
Yes. St. John's. St. John's, tomato.
Multiple.
No, for a bonus. Archbishop Porter.
Simple.
Yes, it's simple. Archbishop Porter. Find the magnitude of the force a 2.0 Tesla magnetic field exerts on a 5.0 millicoulomb charge moving at 4.0 times 10 to the power 3 meters per second at an angle of 45 degrees to the magnetic field. Yes.
20 root 2 newtons.
No. A bonus. Okay, I'll come to the answers. Tarkwa, find the magnitude of the force a 1.0 Tesla magnetic field exerts on a 3.0 millicoulomb charge moving at 2.0 times 10 to the power 3 meters per second at an angle of 60 degrees to the magnetic field.
Madam,
Yes.
it is 3 root 3 Newton.
No. A bonus. Okay. St. John's. Find the magnitude of the force a 2.0 Tesla magnetic field exerts on a 5.0 millicoulomb charge moving at 4.0 times 10 to the power 3 meters per second at an angle of 60 degrees to the magnetic field.
35.6 Newton.
No. A bonus. So the answers I have, Archbishop Porter 28 newtons, Tarkwa 5.2 newtons, and then St. John's 35 newtons. A preamble. A ball is thrown vertically up, and its height in meters after t seconds is given by h equals 10 plus 20t minus 5t squared. Find, Archbishop Porter, the height after 2 seconds.
30 meters.
That's correct. Tarkwa, the initial height. The initial height. Go ahead.
10 meters.
That's correct. St. John's. Velocity v at time t seconds.
20 minus 10t meter per second.
That's correct. Preamble to all schools. There are elements in the periodic table named after countries. Countries. Give the name of one such element and the country after which it was named. So give me an element that was named after a country and tell me which country was named after.
Germanium, after the country Germany.
That's correct. Tarkwa, go ahead.
Polonium, after country Poland.
That's correct. St. John's.
The element francium, after the country France.
That's correct. Describe the pectoral girdle with respect to the following. Describe the pectoral girdle with respect to the following. Archbishop Porter. Part of the body where it occurs. Part of the body.
It is found at the thoracic cavity.
No. Bonus. It's found in the shoulder region. Tarkwa. The number of bones that form the pectoral girdle in humans. The number of bones. Go ahead. Into the microphone.
3 bones.
No, it's 2. St. John's. The bones that form the pectoral girdle. So name them, the bones that form the pectoral girdle in humans.
So we have the clavicle and the collarbone.
I'll give you 2 out of 3. So it's the clavicle and the scapula. Clavicle and scapula. A preamble. A spring of spring constant K1 and a spring of spring constant K2 are connected in parallel, and a weight W is suspended at one end of the system of parallel springs, with the other end fixed. Archbishop Porter, find the extension of the system of springs when K1 equals 150 Newton per meter, K2 equals 350 Newtons per meter, and W equals 0.80 Newtons.
1.6 times 10 to the power negative 3 meters.
That's correct. Find the extension of the system of springs when K1 equals 150 Newtons per meter, K2 equals 250 Newtons per meter, and W equals 3.6 Newtons. Yes, no, a bonus to Archbishop Porter. Answer.
9.0 times 10 to the power negative 3 meters.
That's correct. St. John's, find the extension of the system of springs when K equals 160 Newtons per meter. K1 equals 160 Newtons per meter. K2 is 160 Newtons per meter, and W is 8.0 Newtons.
0 meters.
No. A bonus. Archbishop Porter.
Please, the answer is 0.025 meters.
Yes, that's correct. A preamble. If sine alpha equals 1 over root 10, and alpha is an acute angle, evaluate, Archbishop Porter, sine 2 alpha.
Six on 5.
No, a bonus. St. John's. 0.6. Answer.
3 over 5.
Yes, it's 3 over 5. Tan 2 alpha. Tan 2 alpha.
The answer to be 9 on 40.
9 on?
40.
No, a bonus. Archbishop Porter.
3 on 4.
Yes, 3 over 4. Cos 2 alpha. Cos 2 alpha.
4 on 5.
Yes, that's correct. Archbishop Porter, give a balanced equation for the combustion of 3-octanone in excess A. Give a balanced equation for the combustion of 3-octanone in excess A.
C8H16O plus 8O2 going to 4CO2 plus 8H2O.
No. Okay. It's C8H16O plus 23 over 2O2, giving 8CO2 plus H2O, or 2, you multiply 2 by 2. Okay. Tarkwa, give a balanced equation for the combustion of heptane in excess A. Heptane in excess A.
We have C7H16 plus 13O2 map onto 7CO2 plus 8H2O.
No, a bonus. Archbishop Porter.
C7H16 plus 11O2 going to 7CO2 plus 8H2O.
That's correct. Give a balanced equation for the combustion of hexanal in excess air? Hexanal in excess air. Okay, so this is 2C6H12O plus 17O2 going to 12CO2 plus 12H2O. That brings us to the end of round 1.
COVID-19 has changed the world, but despite the challenges, the spirit of Africanacity is still alive. It's in the tenacity of the men and women keeping us going. It's in the creativity you use to work, teach, and do it all. And it's in the ingenuity of all those who are making a difference. Thank you to everyone still getting things done. Your Africanacity inspires us.
At the end of the first round, here are the scores. Tarkwa Senior High School, 9 points. St. John's School, 12 points. Archbishop Porter Girls Senior High School, 17 points. This brings us to round 2, which is the speed race. And here, every question is open to all 3 schools at the same time. The first school to ring their bell with a ready answer. If the answer is correct, they have 3 points. A second attempt, the question is now worth 2 points. With a third attempt, the question is worth 1 point. And at any time, if your answer is incorrect, there's a penalty point of 1. And when you ring your bell, it means you have to be ready with your answer. I'll count up to 3. If there's no answer, I move on. Our first question. What is the major site for the exchange of gases in the lungs? Okay, Tarkwa.
In the alveoli.
That's correct. Name the respiratory process in many higher plants that take up oxygen in the light and gives out some carbon dioxide, contrary to the general pattern of photosynthesis. Which, okay, St. John's.
Photorespiration.
That's correct. Which group of algae has mannitol as the reserve food material? Which group of algae has mannitol as the reserve food material? Yes, Tarkwa.
Brown algae.
That's correct. Our next question. A projectile is launched from a level surface at a speed of 16 meters per second and an angle of 30 degrees to the horizontal. What is the horizontal range of the projectile? St. John's. Yes, answer.
I have my range to be equal to 14.3 meters.
No. Tarkwa.
3.2 meters.
No. 11 meters. A vehicle travels from one town to another town, 90 kilometers away, in 4.5 hours. Waits 1.50 hours at the second town and returns to its starting point at an average speed of 30 kilometers per hour. Find the average speed of the vehicle for the round trip. Yes, Tarkwa.
45 kilometers per hour.
No. Yes, St. John's.
30 kilometers per hour.
No. Archbishop Porter.
11.5 kilometers per hour.
No. 20 kilometers per hour. Find the magnitude of the electric force a stationary 5.0 nanocoulomb charge exerts on a 3.0 nanocoulomb charge 1.5 meters away. 6.0 times 10 to the power minus 8 newtons. Our next question. Evaluate 10 combination 5. Archbishop Porter. Answer.
The answer is 54.
No. St. John's. Answer.
Our answer is 50408.
No. Tarkwa.
The answer is 126.
Come again.
126.
No. It's 252. Express the direction of the vector A equals I minus J as a bearing. Express the direction of the vector A equals I minus J as a bearing. St. John's.
135 degrees.
That's correct. Given that the roots of the equation x squared minus 2x plus 3 equals 0 are alpha and beta, evaluate alpha over beta plus beta over alpha. Archbishop Porter.
-2/3.
That's correct. Why are some canned foods referred to as tinned food? Example, tinned meat or a tin of milk. Why are some canned foods referred to as tinned food? Why do we say tinned meat or a tin of milk? Okay. Yes, St. John's.
Okay, so such foods are packaged in cans. That is the only way they can be packaged because of their packaging. So they are called tinned foods because of their packaging.
No. So that's actually because the cans they are packed in are coated with tin metal. Our next question. So that's information for all of us. Now we know why we say tin of milk. In Ghana, balloons meant to be released into the atmosphere on occasion are filled with helium, although helium is less abundant in the air than argon. Why is argon not used? Okay, St. John.
Okay, so considering the size of argon, argon is far much larger in terms of size as compared to the helium, because the mass of helium is less dense as compared to argon.
And so what will happen?
So
with the balloons?
if argon is used, okay, because helium is used and because it has a very small size, it's going to move very fast into the atmosphere.
I'll take it. The answer is, so I'm looking for the density, and helium is less dense. That's why it's used. Distinguish between antiseptics and disinfectants. Distinguish between antiseptics and disinfectants. Okay, so disinfectants are toxic to humans, antiseptics are not. That brings us to the end of round 2.
Chat to us anytime, anywhere. Access our virtual assistant, the Absa bot, 24/7. That's Africanacity. That's Absa.
At the end of the second round, here are the scores. Tarkwa Senior High School, 12 points. St. John's School, 17 points. Archbishop Porter Girls Senior High School, 18 points. So we would have some substitutions before we go on to round 3. Tarkwa Senior High School would like Isaac Kweku to come on for Isaac Ewua. St. John's would like Solomon to come on for Edmond. And then Archbishop Porter girls would like Rose to come on for Maxima. Round 3. Here I'll make statements to the schools, and I'd like the school to tell me if the statement I make is true or false. If they answer correctly, they would have 2 points. If the answer is incorrect, -1. If they decline to answer or they are bailed out, another school can ring for that question. And if they also answer correctly, they would have 2 points. If the answer is incorrect, -1. In this round, I'll start with Tarkwa Senior High School. A preamble. In the hydrogen atom, that's the preamble. In the hydrogen atom, Tarkwa, the ground state energy is less than 0. Yes.
True.
That's true, yes. St. John's, the first excited state energy is twice the ground state energy.
False.
Yes, it's false. Archbishop Porter, the zero energy level corresponds to a free electron. Go ahead.
True.
Yes, it's true. Indicate a preamble. Indicate whether the following are true or false with respect to photosynthesis. Indicate whether the following are true or false with respect to photosynthesis. Tarkwa, synthesis of NADPH takes place at the outer side of the thylakoid membrane. Into the microphone.
False.
No, it's true. St. John's, synthesis of ATP takes place at the outer side of the thylakoid membrane.
It's true.
Yes, it's true. Archbishop Porter, photolysis of water takes place in the inner side of the thylakoid membrane.
True.
Yes, it's true. Y equals sine 2x has a maximum value when x equals pi over 2. Yes.
True.
No, it's false. St. John's, y equals cos x has a minimum when x equals pi over 2.
It's true.
It's false. Archbishop Porter, y equals cos 2x has a maximum when x equals pi.
False.
No, it's true. The rate constant K could numerically be equal to the rate of the reaction under certain experimental conditions.
True.
Yes, it's true. St. John's, second order reactions always involve at least 2 different reactant molecules.
It's false.
Yes, it's false. Archbishop Porter, second order reactions must involve at least 2 reaction steps.
False.
Yes, it's false. When 2 springs are connected in parallel, the springs undergo the same extension when a force is applied to the parallel combination.
It's true.
Yes, it's true. St. John's, when 2 springs are connected in parallel, the tension in each spring is the same.
False.
Yes, it's false. Archbishop Porter, when 2 springs are connected in parallel, the tension in the spring with the smallest spring constant is greatest.
True.
No, it's false. Tarkwa, green plants produce carbon dioxide and water as respiratory products. Go ahead.
True.
Yes, it's true. St. John's, aquatic animals usually excrete urea directly into their external environment.
False.
Yes, it's false. Birds Birds. Birds excrete their nitrogenous waste as ammonia. Yes.
False.
Yes, it's false. A preamble. Consider the equation of a circle. X squared plus y squared minus 2x plus 4y equals 0. Consider the equation of a circle. X squared plus y squared minus 2x plus 4y equals 0. Tarkwa. The center of the circle is 2 minus 4.
False.
Yes. St. John's. The center of the circle is minus 2, 4.
False.
Yes. Archbishop Porter. The center of the circle is 1 minus 2.
True.
Yes, it's true. Our last set of questions for this round. Tarkwa. When solid ZnOH2, so Zn bracket open, OH bracket closed, subscript 2, is heated, ZnO is formed. Yes.
False.
No, it's true. St. John's, ZnO is yellow in color when it is hot and white when it is cold.
False.
No, it's true. Archbishop Porter. A solution of calcium ion does not give a precipitate with dilute NaOH or when H2S is bubbled through it.
True.
That is correct. That brings us to the end of round 3.
Unlock banking with biometrics. Now you can access the Absa mobile banking app using your fingerprint or facial recognition. Download today. That's Africanacity. That's Absa.
At the end of round 3, here are the scores. Tarkwa Senior High School, 19 points. St. John's School, 27 points. Archbishop Porter Girls Senior High School, 28 points. Okay. It's still a 2-horse race, isn't it? No winner in sight yet. And if you can see this very beautiful plaque, that I wish I had one in my house. If I was in secondary school, I had one in my house. It's going to one of the schools here as the first ever Western Zonal champion. And I'm sure it's very beautiful. Everybody wants it. Archbishop Porter, Tarkwa, St. John's. So round 4, how we determine who is the first Western Zonal champion, who takes this plaque home, and who gets some very interesting prizes from Absa Bank. So round 4. What I'll do here is I'll read out certain clues for a riddle to the schools. And I'm reading for all your benefit at the same time. At any time, if you have an answer, ring your bell. I'll quickly stop, allow you to give your answer. If your answer is correct, and on the first clue, you'll be awarded 5 points. On the second clue, 4 points. After that, any answer is worth 3 points. However, if your answer is incorrect, you just rest for that particular riddle, get enough energy, and come back for the next one. Our first riddle. I am a polygon whose interior angles form 2 straight angles. Hence, I am a quadrilateral. Tarkwa.
Hexagon.
No. I have a pair of parallel sides. I have a pair of non-parallel, congruent opposite sides. Okay, Archbishop Porter.
Trapezium.
No. So for the benefit of St. John's, I am a truncated isosceles trapezium. Who am I? Yes, go ahead.
Pentagon.
No. Do you know, Archbishop Potter, do you know the answer now? What's it?
Truncated trapezium.
Come again?
Truncated trapezium.
Oh, no, it's an isosceles trapezium. Okay, our next riddle. I am a biological process. I am a biological process. I am used to describe the movement of seeds. Okay, St. John's. Go ahead, St. John's.
Ecdysis.
Come again?
Ecdysis.
No. Archbishop Potter.
Disperser.
That's correct. That was on the second clue, 4 points. Our next riddle. That gets absolutely paid off. Our next riddle. Okay. I am an isotope of a well-known element. I am produced in neutron capture reactions involving some light elements. Okay, Archbishop Potter.
Helium-3.
No. Our next clue. Unlike the other commonly encountered isotopes of that well-known element, I am radioactive. I decay into helium-3 by beta emission. St. John's. St. John's.
Tritium.
That's correct. That was on the 4th clue, 3 points. Our last riddle. Our last riddle. That determines who the winner is. Okay. I am a type of chemical reaction. Many reactions involving saturated hydrocarbons bear my identity. In my type of reactions, a hydrogen atom is replaced in the hydrocarbon. Archbishop Potter.
Substitution reaction.
No. I'll continue. And all the contestants, you should look at me. St. John's and Tarkwa, look here. Okay. Look at me. I don't want anybody looking there. Look at me. In my reaction types, chlorine reacts faster than bromine. In the presence of UV light or visible light, my reactions proceed according to free radical mechanism. Who am I? Okay, Tarkwa.
Elimination reaction.
No. St. John's.
Hydrogenation bromination reaction.
Come again. Repeat that answer.
Hydrogenation bromination reaction.
No.
COVID-19 has changed the world, but despite the challenges, the spirit of Africanacity is still alive. It's in the tenacity of the men and women keeping us going. It's in the creativity you use to work, teach, and do it all. And it's in the ingenuity of all those who are making a difference. thank you to everyone still getting things done. Your Africanacity inspires us.
At the end of round 4, which is the end of our final competition in the Zonal Championship, here are the scores. Tarkwa Senior High School, 19 points. St. John's School, 30 points. Archbishop Porter Girls Senior High School, 32 points. I am utterly delighted to note that Archbishop Porter Girls Senior High School is the first ever Western Zonal champion. Well done, congratulations. And
Thank you, ma.
And St. John's. St. John's School, thank you for keeping us on our toes till the last riddle. Better luck next time to you and also to Tarkwa Senior High School. You've given us a thrilling performance for the final.
I can pray for us. I can't believe this has happened.
The Absa Bank Zonal Championship is proudly sponsored by Absa Bank. This is a Primetime production. Thank you and see you soon.